Look, the concept of a World Project Management Forum originated from the experience that we have had in conducting project management programs in India. The emphasis on project management education was born out of the realization that various aspects of project management are not looked at in an integrated manner, and consequently project management suffers on many counts. One of the major concerns was the time that we take in implementing projects, resulting in cost and time overruns and huge loss to the economy. When this phenomenon is so nearly universal in India that it required to be analyzed, and during the various sessions of the project management sessions in India, it was found that the preparatory work that we do in conceptualizing projects, in making project reports, and in considering various aspects relevant to the implementation of a project was very tardy. Therefore, the emphasis was to ensure that project preparation gets the importance that it requires, and various elements that constitute a project are fully taken into account while formulating it and at different stages of its approval. A classic instance where we get projects or our projects get delayed is because of the lack of understanding on our part and the lack of preparatory work on our part when we get the projects approved. One of the major reasons for the delay in implementation of most of our large projects was problems relating to acquisition of land. But most unfortunately, in spite of long experience, in spite of several instances of delay arising from the problems of land acquisition, later projects did not take into full account this experience. Therefore, it was realized that the preparatory work has got to be as much in detail and as much careful as it was possible. Then comes the question of arranging the finances of the project, particularly when the projects are in the public sector, where the project funding has largely to come either from the undertakings which promote those projects or from the government budget. The third aspect of it is, particularly in public sector projects, is about the leadership and about the human resource which is available for implementing those projects. Sometimes it so happens the idea of a project propounded by a group of people are not there when it is approved or when it is implemented. Most of the time, the implementation pass on into the hands of those people who did not have any first-hand knowledge of the circumstances in which the project was conceived, the way in which it was put together, and the problems which may arise in the course of its implementation. So needless to say, project management has various aspects of it. It has got a very, very deep, the human aspect of it has got great importance. The way in which project managers are motivated, the way in which they are guided, and leadership is provided to them is an important element which makes or mars a project. So hopefully the Global Project Management Forum, which has been inaugurated now or which has been launched now, would enable us to learn from global experience. In the participatory, the largely participatory conference in which it was launched in itself is an indication that the subject has great appeal all over the world, and people from different parts of the world are willing to contribute their knowledge and experience in making the concept of project management more relevant more contemporary, and at the same time help us in India to evolve this concept and get it implemented in the right spirit. Well, most importantly, while all these aspects are being taken into account, we are not forgetting for a moment these projects and these programs which are being promoted or which are getting implemented are ultimately meant for the benefit of people in India, particularly those people who are normally deprived of the benefits of development, and in the process also contribute to the the global prosperity or global happiness, if one may say so. In the course of the annual programs of the I2PTM was that the experience that we have in India is not properly factored into the making of projects. Well, most regrettably, even today, we do not have case studies based on Indian experience. We have got large companies, successful companies, global companies. We have got in the oil sector, in the petroleum sector, you have it got in the power sector. But unfortunately, even these large companies have not been able to put together case studies which will benefit not only those companies, but the project management, development in the country. So we are still dependent upon case studies evolved in other parts of the world based on the circumstances prevailing there, not in India. But what we need is Indian experience. We learn from Indian experience. We are not thinking in terms of a project to be implemented in the United States or in England. The circumstances prevailing in those countries obviously are different. Therefore, we have to evolve project reports fully reflecting the concerns of India based on the Indian experience. Well, in this context, let us also remember that the proponents of these various management programs, including our national institutions, which seek recognition for their programs from outside, to my mind, is not something very highly desirable. Because our certification programs has got to be with reference to our experience and to the extent to which the students or the project managers imbibe that experience and that knowledge. So therefore, certification programs which are evolved in India and programs which are implemented by our management institutions, to my mind, are more relevant than those which are awarded on the basis of projects executed outside this country. And other aspect which I would like to emphasize is that so far the concept of project management and project implementation is confined to construction projects, engineering projects. And because we have large programs embracing the social sector, particularly in education, healthcare, environment protection, environment, sustainability, etc., which may not be as tangible as a construction project, they get neglected in the sense that they are not evolved with the requisite inputs, they are not carefully put together, and in their implementation, the management techniques that we have perfected in other sectors are not applied at all. The tools of management which are applicable to the construction projects, the infrastructure projects, to the extent possible, should be made applicable to the social sector projects also. The emphasis in the coming years would be on this aspect also.